If we take a time to look ahead to what is needed for when you actually go and film your production, I would like for you to open and download a PDF called Pre-Production Packet Forms. It is in your module called Development and Research at the bottom of your dashboard. It should be near the top, if not the first option that you see there once you get into that last module on your dashboard. Pre-production packet forms. These are the contracts and agreements that you will need through your productions here in the DCBS degree. So in this you will find the instructions that each member and crew must fill out and sign the following, and what each actor and talent needs to do in your productions. For example, the talent release, the hold harmless, the production waiver. And right here it says that each location will need a filled out and signed location agreement. And then there's this location release. And then other things for you to consider if you happen to need a non-filmed location agreement. This is pretty much used if you need a location for parking and staging of gear. And then things dealing music and video rights. So right here, the location agreement you do in my class, the location release. The location release is important and it needs to be filled out, but this is not something that I really cover in my course, but you do need to be aware of. So very quickly, you can go through all of this on your own time. The general release and hold harmless agreements, the student production waivers, this talent release that you need to have your talent sign, even if they are a family member, guys, you still legally and to cover yourself, you need to have them sign it and print it. This location agreement, you already get in my class, but here it is again. And then the location release form, where the agreement is filled out and signed before you start your production. The release is what is signed after the production is over. It is always encouraged to go ahead and have all of this filled out at the same time that you fill out your agreement form. But unlike the agreement form, this stays unsigned until after you are done with your production. Okay, but go ahead and fill it out now before you start, just so you have it all ready to go to have the owner sign it after you are done. So I think of the location release form very loosely similar to if any of you have ever rented an apartment or maybe a dorm room or even a house. It's pretty much saying that you are leaving, you are vacating the premise, and you are leaving it in the same condition or better than it was when you originally got there. Right? So it's saying that you are done filming, you have made all the payments that you need to, if payments are needed. There's no additional work that needs to be done to the property. You've cleaned everything. The owner has gone into the property and looked at it. The owner agrees that they suffered no personal loss or damage in connection with the use of the property. Okay, so by signing this, the owner is saying that they have looked at the property and they are agreeing that they are not going to come after you for any personal loss or damage in connection with your production at their property. All right, so this is very important. If they sign this, then it covers you in your production. So if the owner comes back a day, a week, a year, 10 years from now and says, you owe me such and such, or you caused damage to this, I'm going to take legal action towards you, you can pull this up and say, now wait a second there. You mentioned and you signed this stating that everything is hunky-dory and that we left it in the same condition that we got there, and you agreed to that. So that is why this is so important. And you may not think it's necessary involving family, like if you're shooting at a parent's house, a friend's house, girlfriend, boyfriend, but still, guys, you know, get this signed because, it covers you if anything were to happen. Just legally speaking, this is something that you need to do. And then here's the non-filmed agreement. So this location release, again, you don't fill it out for an assignment in my class, but it will be needed once you finish each production, and it is needed for each location that you go to. So please download this packet, take a look at all of these forms. If you already have your talents, go ahead and have them fill this out before you start filming, so all of your paperwork is good to go. So you can start on your production as soon as possible and have all of this legal stuff out of the way.